pasteurized milk 150 times more contaminated with blood, pus, and feces than fresh milk. This is from Mike Adams at naturalnews.com. The vaccine-pushing, disease-scaremongering agency known as the CDC has put out a stunning piece of propaganda attacking fresh milk, that is raw milk, claiming it's, quote, 150 times more dangerous than pasteurized milk. This is all part of their anti-American agenda to crush food freedom and criminalize fundamental farming practices upon this very nation, upon which this very nation was founded. What the CDC won't dare to reveal to the public is the far more horrifying truth. Pasteurized dairy is produced in the dirtiest milk factories imaginable, where blood, pus, E. coli, and other truly dangerous pathogens are routinely bottled into milk containers and fed to consumers. That's the whole point of pasteurization, you see, to kill everything that might be alive in their ultra-dirty milk. The real purpose of pasteurization is not to simply, quote, make milk safe, as is claimed by the CDC, but rather to allow the dairy industry to operate dirty. It's so much easier to just cook the crap out of milk, yes, there's fecal matter in it, than to clean up their operations. Get it? And so the feds are up to their old tricks again with this demonization hit piece from the same CDC that told Americans to rush out and get their swine flu vaccines when, of course, the side effects from the vaccines actually turned out to be a bigger threat than the hyped, manufactured swine flu pandemic itself. Again, which was completely blown out of all proportion by, you guessed it, the CDC, who were tied at the hip with the pharmaceutical companies that made vast amounts of money out of it. And of course, as Mike documents in his article, whereas farms that pasteurize their milk, which is the process of boiling it to get rid of all the bacteria, which includes all the good bacteria, they're some of the dirtiest places imaginable, because the raw milk farms where milk is not boiled to get all the crap and pus and blood and feces out of it, they're subject to so much regulation by the government, because in many countries raw milk is banned. In some US states it's banned, that they have to have far higher standards of hygiene to create raw unpasteurized milk. So they're actually, on average, a lot cleaner than the pasteurized milk dairy farms, which of course is documented in his article, not to mention all the videos of torturing cows and all the other horrible stuff that goes with it. And, you know, 50 years ago, everybody drank raw milk. Today, the hygiene in those farms is way higher because they're subject to stricter standards and regulations. And this is, again, one example of which you can reclaim your food freedom, stand up to the very machine whose existence relies on pushing sickness and disease so they can keep their partners in the pharmaceutical industry, you know, keep that slush fund going with the partnership with the CDC, which is what they do on a routine basis. So now, again, they're attacking raw milk because they're afraid of Americans reclaiming their food freedom.